the 8-weight sextant and the 9-weight sextant and really putting these things to the test. So let's do this first, because sometimes photos on an online store don't really show you the product all that well like a video does and just seeing it move. So these are made in the USA, handcrafted by great rod makers. I've been a huge fan of some of the TNT trout rods, and their saltwater rods have been great. Very nicely finished, aluminum reel seats, engraved, quality rings on there. I haven't had those rings loosen up at all. There is some type of like rubber O-ring in there that tends to keep it sealed. That drives me insane when rings back out like that. I've got my T-bores on there. The 8-weight balance is really nice with an Everglades, and the 9-weight with the Riptide is just, man, that's, if I had to choose one rod to fish everything with, it'd probably be a 9-weight just like that. You know, as far as the wraps and things go, let's just take a close look there. It's not an inexpensive rod. You want it to look good, and it does. So that's just kind of a close-up look at these. I'm going to do a little bit of casting and show you kind of what these rods will do and give you some feedback on lines and performance. All right, so I've got the 9-weight here, and the 9-weight's a great performance rod. It would be a fabulous permit rod. The way I've had this one set up and the way I've liked it the best is I'm casting this one for tarpon, and a lot of it's the mangrove work where I need to load this rod up nice and close, and I'll throw a few little examples of that in, but I've actually got it set up with a 10-weight line and 10-weight Reel Flats Pro, and it loads just silky smooth. It's just a really easy rod to cast with that 10-weight line on there. And the Flats Pro is not like a real aggressive taper. It's a pretty easy casting line to begin with. It's got like a 40-foot head approximately. So I find the 10-weight line, if you struggle to cast heavier rods, the 9-weight sextant with a 10-weight line on it is just it's a dream to cast. And as far as distance goes, I don't think performance-wise you'll be greatly limited. If you're looking for a rod for, say, permit in heavy winds, where you're going to have to put a cast into the teeth of the wind at 60 feet or even beyond, definitely going to run a 9-weight line on that sextant. It's a nice snappy rod. The 9-weight line on it for me was a little bit hard to load at really close ranges, like 20, 30 feet, where some of these mangrove fish live. So that's my feedback on this rod. I think it's a fabulous kind of one-rod quiver if you were to go Grand Slam fishing and you wanted just one stick to do a little bit of everything with. I think the 9-weight sextant would be just an absolutely great fit for that. All right, so this is the 8-weight sextant. Love this rod. I caught a permit on it yesterday. Caught some bonefish on it yesterday. Really, really enjoy this rod. It's very crisp, very snappy. Not an overly aggressive rod, not difficult to cast, but definitely on that upper echelon of performance, and it should be. These are a top-end rod. They're priced accordingly, so we do expect a lot from these rods. But if you're a Thomas and Thomas fan, you're looking for a bonefish rod, an 8-weight in the saltwater to be durable, be reliable, still be able to throw a razor-tight loop, but not leave you with needing Advil or Tommy John surgery at the end of the week. The sextant's pretty easy casting rod. I have it rigged up with a bonefish and Scientific Anglers Amplitude bonefish line, and it seems to be a really nice match. It's got great distance control, doesn't hit the water too hard, and I don't find it overly difficult to make these 20 or 30 foot casts. The sextant it definitely has an easygoing enough tip that I can take it. I can make a 20 or 30 footer just like I'm doing right here. Just keep that fly under constant pressure, and I can make a nice short little cast. It's not your stereotypical broomstick saltwater rod, but I do find that it performs well, and their reputation of being durable is part of the reason what interested us in these rods to begin with. And look at that, I got a fish on right there for my video review. Amazing. See how good that TNT sextant rod is? You catch a fish by accident right there. We got a little jack? A Jack Crevalle? No, snapper. All right, there we go. There we go. Thomas and Thomas Sextant rod. Catch a fish by accident. It's so good.